Hi, welcome to Pictures, Noise and Words. I'm Hedgie, and this is Orbit Culture, a band I've been covering for a couple of years now. I've got their albums. I haven't got all their albums, admittedly, because they had more out than I realised. They go back a ways. But yeah, I've got everything since Nia, however you say that, which I suspect is quite a lot of people are like that. They got on board because that album kind of exploded for them, I think. They've got a new album coming out. It's not out till August the 18th. It's called Descent, and it looks like that, which is clearly keeping within their theme. And there's nothing wrong with that. I did a song from this because they've released two songs from this. They've released, let me look, Vultures of North. I forgot the name of it then. And I did that one when it came out. This is not going to be objective at all, by the way, because I'm already a big fan, so I'm just going to enjoy this. I haven't heard this yet. It's From the Inside. There's a song's called, and it literally came out about 2 days before I recorded this, so I haven't heard it, but I have very high expectations, shall we say, because Orbit Culture is one of those bands that has its own sound, which is quite tricky in this day and age, to have your own sound, to come up with something new. It's usually, like I say, not heard this one, so if this turns out to be an acoustic ballad, I'm going to be eating my words, but they're usually pretty brutal, but very melodic. I tell you what, if I stop talking and you just watch it instead, perhaps that would help. Wise words, me. The formatting of this video is a little odd as well, but I think we'll be all right. In just a moment. If you're an Orbit Culture fan, that's exactly what you want, I would say. It takes you about literally 30 seconds and you go, yeah, it's Orbit Culture, even if you hadn't heard, if what's the word? What is it I'm trying to get to? It's if you didn't know what you were listening to, that's what I was looking for. Got confused then. If you didn't know what it was, someone played it to you blind, it would take you like almost as soon as that first chunky guitar part comes in, you'd go Orbit Culture. And a big part of Orbit Culture's sound is the production. They have that creates that sound for them. I haven't looked, but I'm willing to bet my pants that the producer, I'm going to be totally wrong here, but the person who produced this is the same person who produced the last album. It just has that sound. Um, and they have this wall of noise sound. So they've got, and I don't know, I don't know whether people pick up on this stuff because people call me out on this sort of thing. But there's all the keyboards in the background to this, filling in all of the gaps. That orchestration, when it all calms down in the middle, you hear it come to the fore. The orchestration comes to the fore, the strings or the synth strings or whatever, but it's there most of the time and it fills in all of the gaps, which is why you get this constant wall of sound, as well as, of course, that brutal guitar sound and his voice. The production on this is fantastic, by the way. You think what a mess that could sound like, and instead it's all under control, but still heavy and, brutal, but under control, and you can hear everything, which is really important to me. Because I like to hear what's going on. While if I go to see this band live and people are all jumping all over each other in the mosh pit, I will not be there. I will be a bit further back, usually back and to the left. It's just a habit. Listening, actually listening to what they're playing and listening to what they're doing and listening to the music. I cannot believe for a second that if you're jumping all over each other in the front, you are listening. You can't be. Basically, you're too busy try and stay alive. And if that's what you want to go for a gig for, I'm not saying you are wrong or anything like that. I'm just saying it's important to me that I can hear what's going on, and the production on this album means that I can hear what's going on, and it's really, really well done. I'm a big fan of Orbit Culture, I said at the beginning, and if I didn't, I meant to. So this album's just like a sure buy for me, This is an easy video to make because I knew I hadn't heard it, but I knew it was going to be good. And in fact, it was exactly what I wanted it to be. That Orbit Culture, brutal, in your face, all encompassing wall of sound, but with all of those melodies. And he's got a great sort of brutal voice, but he's also got a great clean voice, and he can really put across the feeling of what it is he's singing, which is again quite a trick if you consider that the size of the sound, you see what I mean? And then to get across, it's not just one thing. You've got the melodies, you've got the feeling to it, and you've got that massive sound as well. It's a tour de force of production, this mixing and everything, and then of course the songwriting underneath that, etc., and the performances. But it's also a tour de force of production. This I think. Yes. Let me know what you think. See, I managed to talk this time and not just repeat myself 17 times trying to make a point, I think. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.